Hello, everyone. Welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So, the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session. So, let's get started with today's topic list. Today is 18th of October. The first topic is 17th edition of India-US bilateral exercise. Second, expert call for review of IMF role. Third, COVID-19 children vaccination plan. Second last, China tests nuclear capable hypersonic missile, and the last is alarming hunger or a statical art visit. So this is an editorial from the Hindu. We'll understand this editorial in detail in context of the global hunger report. Apart from this, there would be some MCQ based questions, और ये जो questions होंगे current affair पे based होंगे, so that it can help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up. So starting with the first news of the day, that is 17th edition of India-US bilateral exercise, something which is important for your general studies paper 2, bilateral regional grouping and agreement evolving India's and affecting India's interest. The 17th edition, this is the latest editions of India-US bilateral exercise, and this exercise is known as Yuddha Abhyas. So this is for 2021, and they have got away a joint base of Informant Richardson at Alaska in USA. So this would be starting at this place. The venue for Yuddha Abhyas 2021 would be Alaska, United States. So if it is being asked in examination apart from UPSC in any other competitive examination, the correct answer would be Alaska, US. Now both India and United States have set out their own for skill in counter-terror operations, mountainous terrain and cold climatic conditions. So apart from all the counterfeit trainings, there would be also working for the counter-terror operations, mountainous terrain and cold climatic conditions. Interestingly, this is not only the India-US services exercising continuous for the bilateral format. We have lot other exercises between India and United States. Now, aim of the exercise, see whatever exercise that is being done bilateral between two countries, there is some aim involved. So, यहाँ पे क्या aim है? The exercise aim to enhance the understanding, cooperation and interoperability. So, these are the three keywords that you have to understand. And the second point, the aim of the exercise is to focus upon combined arm maneuvers in cold climatic conditions, primarily aimed at sharing the tactic level drills, or दूसरी learning best practices from each other. See, every paramilitary forces, every forces, the country representing the elite forces have some special features. So they would be sharing their best practices, the global best practices. At the same times, जो भी क्लाइमेटिक हर्डल्स होते हैं फोर्सेस को, उस क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस को किस तरह से हैंडल करनी है, उन सबकी ट्रेनिंग्स दी जानी है. Now, exercise Yuddha Abhyas is the largest running joint military exercises and defense cooperation that endeavor both between India and United States. Now we have Malabar trilateral exercises. So three major countries, that is India, United States and Japan. They have joined in 2015. Japan joined in 2015 and brought the Quad partnership together with Australia. So now the Malabar exercise has a total of 4 groups. Similarly, Japan joined India and US bilateral air exercise that is called COPE India Observer in 2018 and plans to make the trilateral phase. So these are some of the important facts. Third, India and US also hold the trilateral exercises. So if it is being asked in examination कि Malabar exercises में कौन कौन से countries involved है, so the correct answer would be India, United States, Australia and Japan. So these are the 4 countries in the Malabar exercise, right? Now COPE India की अगर बात करें, other than Malabar exercise, Japan has sent observer for the first time during the COPE India 2018 as an observer, right? तो observer status दी गई थी जापान को. And the US has proposed trilateral air exercise with 3 countries. So Japan was included as an observer and exercise elevated to the trilateral phases. Consecutively, India and other countries tried to engage each other to build a robust training program for both the countries. Now, expert call for a review of IMF role. The International Monetary Fund has been a long issues and a long debate in terms of reform. We'll see what the expert has to say in terms of review of the IMF role. Something which is important for General Studies paper 2, important institutional agencies for their role, structure and mandate. सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर काउंसिल जो है उसके जो फॉर्मर चेयरमैन थे, ही हैज सेड दैट द आईएमएफ शुड फोकसेस ऑन lower income countries and support the developing countries market fund raising activities, right? So C Rangarajan was a former chairman of the prime minister economic advisory council and he suggested the IMF कि जितने भी lower income countries हैं उसको उसके लिए ज़रूरत है कि IMF उनको support करे in terms of raising the fundraising activities. So he said that the Article 4 consultations report are utilized by the credit rating agencies जो impact करती है funding capacity of the developing countries which also include India. So if it is being asked in examination, Article 4 consultations किस चीज़ से related है? So this is more of kind of a credit rating agency जो utilize करती है fund raise capacity किसी भी countries के. So most of the Asian include India now raise fund from their own basic strength in their forex reserve, right? So we have a sufficient forex reserve in our country, but at the same time, when it comes to all other global trends, we have to enhance it at all the best level. And there's a need to complete the quota reform in IMF, which is long pending, and this is something which is also important for your mains paper. So mains के लिए quota reform IMF काफ़ी important है. जिस तरह से डायनेमिक्स चेंज हो रही है इंडिया में, ग्लोबल डायनेमिक जिस तरह से चेंज हो रही है, जो इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज है जिस तरह से चेंज हो रही है, इट इज़ अ टाइम दैट इंडिया नीड टू बी गिवन अ सब्सटैंशियल कंट्रीब्यूशंस इन द IMF quotas. So let's see a graph that will help you understand about the IMF जो वोटिंग पावर्स है मेंबर की. तो प्रेजेंट जो सबसे ज़्यादा जिस कंट्री के पास होल्ड है दैट इंक्लूड यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स विद 70%. And these are the other list of countries with the power, followed by Japan, Germany, France, UK and China. Even China के पास 3.7 है और इंडिया की अगर बात करो we do not have in the list and percentage do not add up 100% during the rounding. तो others जो हैं वो 40% include करते हैं. So this is something which is important. आपको ये पता होना चाहिए टॉप 5 कंट्रीज कौन है और सबसे ज़्यादा कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस कौन करती है in terms of voting power. ड्यूरिंग द मीटिंग जो कि वर्ल्ड बैंक ग्रुप और इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड के बीच में होनी है, दिस वाज हेल्ड इन वॉशिंगटन. तो कुछ सजेशंस दिए गए हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ IMF के रिफॉर्म्स को लेके विच इज़ अ लॉन्ग पेंडिंग ड्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ बेसिकली रिफॉर्मिंग द इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन. इंडिया हैज़ बीन इन अ डिमांड दैट इस तरह के रिफॉर्म्स की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है एंड दिस विल ऑल्सो कॉल फॉर ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस इन बेसिकली ऑल लेवल प्लेटफॉर्म विद इंडिया इज ऑपरेटिंग. So the experts are of the opinion that institutional must maintain their strict vigilant standard in repairing the damage to credibility, ensuring that all such possibility eliminated to extend the possibilities, right? Wherever it is possible, the international organization like IMF and World Bank need to ensure to promote a credibility standard and ensure कि हर एक countries को proportionately transparent तरीके से represent करने का मौका मिले. Now IMF के जो आर्टिकल 4 रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग है अगर उसकी बात करें, सो अंडर दिस IMF hold a bilateral discussion within its member and Article 4 consult that most powerful instrument it needs to be restructured, जहाँ पे ये काफ़ी ज़रूरत है that it need to sharpen usefully using a new technology and access to public data, right? As I've told you, यहाँ पे ये ज़रूरत इस वजह से भी है क्योंकि जो क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसीज हैं वो भी उस कंट्रीज की जो परफॉर्मेंस है उसको रेट करती है. तो रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग इज समथिंग विच वुड बी अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ना फंडिंग फैसिलिटीज ऑफ IMF की अगर बात करें 1991 के बाद जो क्राइसिस हुई थी, सो इंडिया वाज एबल टू यूटिलाइज द फंड फैसिलिटीज. IMF से जो फंड फैसिलिटीज मिली थी इंडिया ने उसको सब्सटैंशली यूटिलाइज किया और वो एक टाइम थी जिस समय इंडिया ने इस फंड से अपने आप को रिकवर करने की कोशिश की. With the continued trend, emerging market increase the global share output, GDP over the years, many experts have called alignment for the quotas and windows IMF reflect the change economic position of the countries. और अगर बात करें मेकिंग द रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग स्पेसिफिक कंसल्टेशंस मल्टीलैटरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में ये काफ़ी ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होती है. अगर आपसे पूछा जाए वर्ल्ड बैंक के बारे में, इन वर्ल्ड बैंक एंड इवन इन IMF, you have to put yes, these international institutions have a great importance in terms of global economy and developed and developing economy, but at the same time the reform is something which is essentially required, and the reform would definitely help India in a longer run. So this is how you have to write your answers. Some facts about the IMF. 1944 में इसकी establishment हुई थी. 189 total member countries हैं. 147 is a representative staff. बेसिकली जितने भी नेशंस हैं. 24 एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर्स. 1 ट्रिलियन टोटल अगर आप IMF की बात करें, सो द टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ IMF इज एबल टू लेंड टू द अदर कंट्रीज. 36 लेंडिंग एग्रीमेंट्स हैं. 0% रेट ऑन द लो इनकम कंट्रीज के इंटरेस्ट रेट पे. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड $3.3 million फॉर हैंड ऑन टेक्नोलॉजी एडवाइस, पॉलिसी ओरिएंटेशंस एंड पीयर टू पीयर लर्निंग. Now, COVID-19 children vaccinations plan. This is something which is very important for country like India, where we would be very soon reaching a mark of 100 crore vaccination. But at the same time, it is equally important that children vaccination should be started at earliest. So, is something important for General Studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. तो जो कोविड एक्शन टास्क फोर्स है कि चीफ ने कहा कि गवर्नमेंट is yet to decide on the final decision to start the vaccination for the child and adolescents children, right? तो इस एज ग्रुप के बच्चों के लिए अभी भी कुछ बेसिक साइंटिफिक रैशनल को चेक करनी है. उसके बाद वेरी सून द गवर्नमेंट वुड बी स्टार्टिंग. द एंटिसिपेटेड डेट फॉर स्टार्टिंग द वैक्सीनेशन वुड बी नवंबर. सो करेंटली इंडिया में 3 वैक्सीन जो है जो कि मास ऑपरेट हो रही हैं. फर्स्ट इज कोविशील्ड विच was developed by Serum Institute of India. Covaxin which was developed by Bharat Biotech, and Sputnik 5 which is developed by Galileo Institute of Virology in Russia. So ये 3 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वैक्सीन हैं जो अभी इंडिया में ऑपरेट की जा रही है. Now we have Zycov D. This was basically developed by Zydus Cadila, और इन्होंने नीडल फ्री COVID-19 वैक्सीन डेवलप किए. दिस इज फर्स्ट vaccines that would be available in India for the age group of 12 to 18, right? This is the first plasmid DNA vaccine for the COVID-19. And India has received emergency use authorizations after all the trials was conducted. Now we'll see that this is also something would be administered to the adolescents and children. So the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization was looking at how the Zycov D should be positioned at the optimization of its uses. Now talking about the trial which is being conducted for Zydus Cadila, इन्होंने 3 stages में trial किया, and all the trial was conducted in India. Every trial was conducted in India to ensure कि यहाँ के जो बच्चों की status है, conditions है, उसके proportionate में results आई हैं. So the phase 1 small group, very less group is being there in this phase 1. उसके बाद phase 2 में ग्रुप बढ़ती है. phase 3 में we have mass number of people, and then the final approval is given by the authorities. And if you see what are the benefits and risk of the children taking the vaccinations, तो पर 1 million doses की बात की गई है for the first dose. अगर वैक्सीन के क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, जो इंटेंसिव केयर एडमिशंस है उससे प्रिवेंट करती है, एंड हॉस्पिटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से भी प्रिवेंट करती है, और केस ऑफ रिस्क में जो माइकोकार्डिटिस है वो उसकी इन्वॉल्वमेंट ज़्यादा रहती है. सेम इज देयर बोथ इन टर्म्स ऑफ डोज 1 एंड डोज 2. Now, China test nuclear capable hypersonic missile. So this was a report which was being reported by the Financial Times. We'll see the detail of this news. Something which is important for General Studies paper 2, effect of policies and politics for developed and developing countries. तो Financial Times में report किया कि चाइना के जो मिलिट्रीज हैं, they have carried out first ever nuclear capable hypersonic missile, right? And this was not made in public domain. This was secretly reported by the Financial Times. So as per the report, the Chinese military launched ये जो hypersonic glide vehicles इनको इन्होंने launch किया था. This was done in the low space orbit, but इसकी successful ये success नहीं हो पाई. It has missed the target by 2 dozen miles. This is an image which you can see officially released of the test which was done. Now, the Financial Times has noted that only United States, Russia, and China were developing the hypersonic glide vehicles. India is not in this list. So, तीन important countries हैं US, Russia, और China. They have launched the rockets on the orbit on of Earth, and it has noted that China Academy of Launch Vehicles Technology has carried out launches. इन्होंने जुलाई में भी 77th launch की थी for the Long March rocket. August end में they have carried out 79th flight, sparking speculations about the secretive 78th launch that has not yet been reported by Chinese authorities. Now, the other news, basically, this is an editorial alarming hunger or statical artifact. Something which is important for General Studies Paper 2, Government Policies and Intervention for the Development of Various Sectors. तो इस एडिटोरियल की बात करें, I have segregated this editorial into 4 subheads, that is indicator of GHI, calorie insufficiency, tackling wasting and stunning, and way forward. तो पूरी एडिटोरियल की जो थीम है that talks about global hunger index and India's concern. And just to tell you, जो 16 अक्टूबर की एडिशंस है उसमें भी हमने डिटेल में इसके बारे में जो इंडेक्स रिलीज हुई है GHI 2021, I have discussed that in detail. If you have not watched it, do check it out once. So India has slipped its ranking to 101 in terms of global hunger index. इस बार की जो लेटेस्ट हंगर इंडेक्स है उसमें 116 कंट्रीज में इंडिया की बहुत ही पैथेटिक परफॉर्मेंस रही है 101 की, जो कि पिछले बार से भी काफ़ी खराब है. इन 2020 आवर रैंकिंग वाज 94 and this has raised several concerns regarding the government policies in terms of hunger and other policies that government aims to eradicate hunger and poverty from our country. तो जो लोअर रैंक है ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स में ये शो करती पुश इंडिया टूवर्ड्स अगेन पॉलिसीज एंड इंटरवेंशन, एंड इवन जो हमारी परफॉर्मेंस है हमारे नेबरिंग कंट्रीज लाइक पाकिस्तान, बांग्लादेश, उनसे भी काफ़ी खराब है. Since the government has questioned the methodology and claimed that it does not represent the ground reality. तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया है उन्होंने डिफेंड किया है इस रिपोर्ट को और कहा है कि प्रैक्टिकल तरीके से इसकी बेसिकली जो मेथडोलॉजी वो नहीं है, एंड दे हैव टोल्ड दैट दिस इज अनसाइंटिफिक इन नेचर. बट इन माय ओपिनियन गवर्नमेंट वुड डेफिनेटली डिफेंड दिस, but government has failed in terms of implementation of the policies, and the report which is there is completely genuine, right? और जो एजेंसीज हैं जिन्होंने रिपोर्ट निकाला, they have also said that we do not report anything based on opinion poll. Everything is based on facts and scientific evidences. So this is a careful scrutiny of methodology that has a GHI components also. Now कुछ important components की बात करें, I have discussed this on 16th of October video also. तो 4 important components होते हैं: undernourishment, child wasting, child stunning and child mortality. So just to give you a idea, undernourishment में जो populations है उसकी कितनी insufficient calorie है उसके बारे में जिक्र होती है. Child wasting is where the children for the age group of 5 have taken into consideration कि उसकी height क्या है, weight क्या है, and they are considering into acute undernutrition. Child stunning is a severe condition where chronic undernutrition is concerned, जहाँ पे height और weight proportionate नहीं होती. Child mortality is a mortality rate under the age of 5. कितने बच्चों की death हुई है, that is being reported in the child mortality. And in infograph that comprises of 3 dimension and 4 indicators. This is again a repeated infograph that I have told you in 16th of October editions. So just to tell you, आप इस ग्राफ को ज़रूर स्क्रीनशॉट में रख लें. Just check it out. What are the important components? इसके 3 dimensions है. These are the 3 dimensions and it has 4 indicators. These are 1, 2, 3 and 4 indicators, right? So undernourishment of child wasting and stunning data इसकी अगर बात करें, undernourishment data provided by the Food and Agriculture Organizations and child mortality data are sourced from the UN agencies group for the child mortality estimations. तो जितने भी डेटाज इस खास करके एफिशिएंसी में ली जाती है, जो ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स है उसमें ली जाती है, वो सारी ऑथेंटिक सोर्सेज से ली जाती है. सो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कैन नॉट क्लेम कि ये अनसाइंटिफिक है, राइट? एंड चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग एंड स्टनिंग डेटा आर ड्रॉन फ्रॉम द जॉइंट डेटाबेस ऑफ यूनिसेफ, World Health Organizations and World Bank, among others. So all data that is a part of Global Hunger Index is genuine, authentic and reliable from the global institutions. Now calories insufficiency की बात की गई है. GHI ने कहा है की जो रिपोर्ट है, इट शेयर्स दैट द चाइल्ड ओरिएंटेशन विद हायर एम्फेसिस ऑन अंडर न्यूट्रिशन ऑन हंगर। तो कैलोरी एफिशिएंसी की अगर बात करें, ये काफ़ी प्रॉब्लमेटिक प्रॉब्लम्स है और रीजंस है जिस वजह से भी हमने देखा है कि कैलोरी की एफिशिएंसी रही है। और रिसेंट की जो एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है दैट शोज फिजिकल डिजीज इन्वायरमेंट ऑफ द स्टेट हैज ऑल्सो सिग्निफिकेंटली इन्फ्लुएंस द कैलोरी इंटेक। तो कैलोरी इंटेक सिर्फ और सिर्फ फूड की वजह से नहीं है, बहुत सारे और भी फैक्टर्स हैं जो कैलोरी इंटेक्स को इम्पैक्ट करती हैं। So the vast diverse country like India using a uniform calorie norms arrive at the deficiency prevalence may be recognizing the hunger imbalances. So there should be some other methodology that should be incorporated in terms of calculating the calorie intake, because this methodology has been raised by the expert that this is something which is considered to be insufficiency in terms of calculating the calorie for all across the India, right? Now tracking wasting and stunning की अगर बात करें, so the wasting prevalence is 17.3% and it is one of the highest in the world. तो इंडिया में अगर आप वेस्टिंग की बात करोगे, so the rank is highest and its performance in stunning where compared to wasting is not that dismal. और child stunning की अगर बात करें, first we have talked about wasting, now let's सी द स्टनिंग स्टेटस। तो यहाँ पे स्टनिंग में अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस रही है इंडिया की, जहाँ पे 54% पहले हुआ करती थी, नाउ इट हैज़ improved to 34.7%, right? Where child wasting remain around 17% throughout the 2 decades. And child wasting is a manifest as a result of immediate lack of nutritional intake, जहाँ पे sudden exposure to infectious atmosphere भी होती है। Now, what would be the way forward for such kind of report and what lessons we need to learn? It indicates that if India can tackle wasting by effectively monitoring the region, जितने भी इंडिया में रीजन है, जितने भी स्टेट्स है, जितने भी यूनियन टेरिटरीज है, हर स्टेट की ज़रूरत है, उनकी न्यूट्रिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करती है। जो भी सबसे ज़्यादा वनरेबल सेक्शंस हैं सोसाइटी में, जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस जिनकी है, जो इन्वायरमेंटल क्राइसिस से गुजर रहे हैं, उनको उनके अकॉर्डिंगली सप्लीमेंट्स देना, न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू प्रोवाइड करना would be the need of the hour, and it can possibly improve the wasting and stunning simultaneously. तो अगर इन सारे चीज़ों पे काम की जाए तो इंडिया वेस्टिंग पे भी और स्टनिंग पे भी दोनों में काफ़ी अच्छी इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकती है। So this is how you have to conclude your answer, and always conclude your answer in an optimism mode so that the examiner is of the opinion कि yes, government is doing its best, we can improve on their part, but the implementation part is lacking where we need to focus is on. Now moving to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed with the answers, just to tell you the answers of yesterday, जो सैटरडे के क्वेश्चंस थे उसके करेक्ट आंसर बता दूं। फर्स्ट के ऑप्शन सी, फॉर द सेकंड द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज सी। Today's MCQ, National Monsoon Mission, it was launched by the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and it aims to develop state-of-art dynamic monsoon prediction system, short, medium and long range forecast. So what you have to do, you have to just write your answer in the comment section down below. Second, Amal Hope mission has been recently conducted by which among the following countries? Iran, UAE, Pakistan or Sri Lanka. So if you have read Hindu or if you're watching our daily news analysis, this would be something very easy for you to answer. So do check it out, write your answer in the comment section down below. Participate in the question answer series. So this was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs. If you have any other concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching.